So the text field allows us to insert a little bit of text, but what if we wanted a large amount of text? Think back to our investment calculator that we created in a previous chapter, where we formatted it to print several years of our starting balance, our interest, and our ending balance. You would need something larger than just a text field to print all that content. So in this project, we are going to recreate that investment calculator, but we are going to use a TextArea field to display our results. So let's open Label Demo or one of your previous demos and modify it to be set up like this. We changed the class to TextArea Demo, giving it a doc string. For our knit method that sets up the window, we have it here with just easy frame. We could also go ahead and give it a title. And then in our main section, we're calling that TextArea Demo class. Okay, if you want to look at what this project will eventually look like, look on to page 276, and let's get started setting up the initial state of our window. Okay, so pause the video if you need to, but let me explain what we're doing here. We added a label that will have the text displaying initial amount, a label for number of years, and a label for interest rate in percentage. For each of those, they also have in their respective columns a float field, an integer field, and another integer field. This will allow us to enter the amount, the number of years, and the interest rate. We are adding a text area. To add a text area, it's very similar to all the other widgets that we've added. The code is add text area. We're giving it a default text value of empty. We are setting its rows to 4 and columns to 0. Its column span will go across 2 columns, its width, and its height. Then we have a compute button that when this button is pressed, it will run the soon-to-be created method compute. Okay, immediately after that code, we want to do our event handling method that it's actually going to compute. And a lot of this is redundant. It is the code that we used in the investment calculator in the previous project, only this time we are displaying in a window as opposed to just a text-based terminal interface. Let's create the compute method and provide a doc string. Here we're going to get the inputs and make sure that they are correct inputs. And we are going to set the header for the results. We're using our format string operator with the percent signs again, like we did in that project before, so that our headers in that text area will start with a year column, a starting balance, an interest, and an ending balance. This code should be basically the same as it was in your previous project, where you are calculating the interest using a loop. And then we are adding the results or appending the results using the compound operator plus equals. And here we are outputting the results. Now, to maintain a read-only status for a text area box, if you had a text area set to read-only, you could not output to it. So we have to set the output area, that text box area, to normal, then we can set its text. And there are 3 methods with the text area. We can use set text, get text, or append text. And of course, append will just add to the text that already exists there. But in this case, we're using set text to add the result. And then once the result is in that output area, we can change its state back to disabled so that the user will not be able to change anything in that TextArea box. Let's execute our code. All right, now we have a graphical interface investment calculator. Let's say our initial amount is $10,000. Let's say let's go 10 years. And let's say our interest rate is 3%. And there we go. By the end of the 10 years, we would have $13,439.16. And the great thing about a graphical interface, we can easily change this should we choose and get new results.